Yeah, if I could just slowly fill it up with weld to get it roughly that shape.
Yeah.
And then, as long as it doesn't distort the thread too much.
Yeah.
And it's gone work hardened, then.
Yeah.
It might just break and be a problem. But
So the challenge we've got here is this is a rear axle, what do you call it, locking nut? Or
yep, rear wheel bearing lock nut.
Rear wheel bearing locking nut, and we're having trouble actually going online or going to specialists to find the correct locking nut. This is a Spicer rear axle, isn't it? It's a 1957 Ford F-250.
Yep.
I don't know if the rear axle, does that have an impact on the size of that, or should that be consistent for all of them, I would have thought?
I don't know. It's probably unique to this
Right.
axle, I would think, but it's not having another one to compare. I don't really know that.
Yeah, and I'll put the in the video, I'll put the specs of this nut in the description, so if anybody knows where we can get some of these locking nuts, then please put a comment in there, because we've had a lot of trouble trying to find the right part. It's been a bit of a pain in the neck, hasn't it?
Sure has. Like everything.
Like everything. Got the new radiator in, dropped that off today, so that appears to be the right size. So we'll soon know once Ray tries to fit it.
Same with fuel tank.
The fuel tank, the fuel tank's it's up against the wall now, so fuel tanks, we put the old one outside, or Ray put the old one outside. Somebody stole it, but luckily he'd taken all the good connections and bits and pieces off, so the new fuel tank's going to go in there. Ray's got this elaborate bit of coat hanger or whatever to hold the seat forward for him. So that's not a bad idea, Ray, actually. And you can see the radiator there. It's completely ruined. But the new one, it's an aluminium one. The upper radiator hose in this one is in the centre. On the replacement, I noticed it's over on the right-hand side, on the passenger side, which I think also would actually assist with the flow, because the lower hose is on the left-hand side, the driver's side. You can see the motor there. It's been started doing some work on that. It's been painted as well. So it's coming along, but it's very slow process, waiting for parts. Just waiting for some front brake shoes. Had to order those because they were the wrong size that were sent, even though it said on the listing that they were correct. I went back to the company and told them their listing was wrong, so they're going to change it. But it's a bit late when you've already ordered the parts and then waited for them to arrive, and then you got the parts here, and then back over in the US they're like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, we made a mistake." But anyway, I've been able to find some from a local supplier, so they're coming through. The rear ones are we've got, when they were the correct size. So so it's another couple of steps forward. I've ordered when I ordered from Eckler's, this is a bit of feedback for Eckler's customer service. They sent the parts. They didn't include the brake master cylinder. They said nothing in the packaging or to say, on back order. So they charged me for it. And then they just didn't say anything. They just didn't include it in there. They didn't say it was in back order. So I had to actually then contact them to say, it wasn't in the package.
Great service.
$82 or whatever I want to credit. And then they said, these parts are made specially to order, which they're not. It's mass produced, albeit aftermarket. And then they said, in 30 days we can give you a credit. It's very poor, very, very poor. So I've got a reference number for the credit, and they'll definitely be giving me a credit. Otherwise I'll just get onto my credit card provider and tell them to reverse the charge. Easy done. But customer service, Eckler's, not that good. And I've gone online and I've noticed that there's a lot of negative comments on there, like 1 star. So what I'm doing now is just ordering parts from independent suppliers that I can just get, if it's one at a time, might take longer, but at least you've got a better redress, because it seems to go into the big sausage machine at Eckler's and it's hard to get a straight answer. So anyway.
Not good enough.
Not good enough, and it's already challenging, restoring a vehicle like this. When we say restore, mechanically getting it back on the road so it's drivable. it's hard enough, ordering the parts, pay US dollars, which is, adds 30 odd percent or more, 40%, 30% to our costs, and then and then they finally get here and they're the wrong parts. Just notice this Skyline's pretty cool, isn't it? I like that. I remember when those things were new. 6-cylinder. It's a 24 valve, isn't it? The motor?
No, it's a 6-cylinder, 24 inches.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Is it 2.4?
2.4.
Yeah.
Two valves per cylinder. Yeah.
2 valves per cylinder, fuel injected.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think these were really cool looking cars. They came out, that was after the 240k, then you had the Skyline, then they went to the square one like what you've got.
This is the second generation of Skyline, so
Yeah.
it's C210.
Oh, that's right, with the round headlights. Yeah. I quite like those.
And the later ones had that style of
Yeah.
light, and then they went to these, the Yamaha 30s.
Yeah. Yeah, it's it's a pretty cool looking car actually. Pretty rare too now. You don't see many on the road.
It's on the ground now.
Yeah. But anyway, that's so I just dropped those parts off to Ray and just continuing on the F-250 rejuvenation, we'll call it. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe. Are you a subscriber, Ray?
I don't know. I'll have to go and have a look and maybe I can be.
No pressure. Thanks.